Check it out, son. Check it out. Now, my nigga Lil Yachty, man. Now, Lil Yachty is reflecting on his album flopping. Now, actually, let me take that back. Did Lil Yachty flop? Let's have this conversation real quick. He dropped his first and debut album, of course, last year called Teenage Emotions. After he dropped it, we saw that the numbers came back that he did 44,000. Now, when I always say, or I look to see if an artist flop, I check two criteria. Number one, did you do less than you normally do? And also, are you doing less than all your peers who are doing a certain level? Now, we never put out a project before. And because he never put out a project before, we don't have much to go off. So we can't say he did not do what he did before. However, we could judge him according to his peers. Now, who are his peers? His peers, to me, would be the people who are on the XXL list with him. Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, Kodak Black. And if you look at their sales, Uzi did 120. Kodak Black and 21 Savage, for the first project that they put out, they did around 70-something. Okay, now because of that, we're left to say, yo, Yachty, 44,000, Teenage Emotions, that's kind of weak. Is that a flop? Borderline. Got to keep it 100. Borderline. Now, again, a flop to me is tailored by the artist, okay? A flop for somebody might be success for another artist. However, Lil Yachty did respond to his sales, and he responded just recently because, by the way, he's gearing up to drop Lil Boat 2. He said about his sales of 44,000, he said, when I first released my Teenage Emotions album, I thought that shit was fire, as you should. Then the sales came back and it said 44,000, and I was like, huh? I was devastated. I was so confused. I worked so hard. But I disconnected with my fans because I tried to do this other stuff. You know, these records were good, but they weren't what I started with. Now, let me tell y'all, at least from my perspective, how Yachty fucked up, okay? By the way, I understood he was trying to go with his Teenage Emotions theme, and if you saw the cover, it represented all aspects of really just even, say, high school, right? You got gay people, you got fat people, ugly people, you have, like, the jocks, the thugs, you got emo people. Everybody was represented. However, I thought it was just a little bit unfocused. It was unfocused. And not only that, the tone of the records were just not the records that I believe Yachty blew up off. So when you change the type of records that your fans got used to or were expecting, you give them a whole nother wave. Of course, your fans is going to have some criticism. Now, again, I think Yachty's a big single artist. We saw songs like One Night, Broccoli, big songs. Minnesota, huge. That was great, at least for his fan base. Even Peekaboo was dope, but this time, this album that he dropped recently did not have those big records, and that's why I believe that his album suffered in sales, and also his label, for whatever reason, didn't try to do the trickery that most labels do when they have a good and successful hit song. Usually they take a song, no matter if it's been out for 2 years, they put it on the new album, that it can get the sales up. None of that seemingly was done, so his numbers did not come back looking good. Okay? Now, because of that, and this is where numbers come in, because numbers is perception, just like placement on the lineup for a festival. When people see you do a low number, they say, oh, okay, this nigga's about to be out of here. He is not that hot as we thought he was, okay? Numbers is all about perception. So, Lil Yachty got a chip on the shoulder. He got to come back, and he got to show out and prove. So I'm excited to see what he got coming up next. What do you guys think, man? Do y'all think Yachty's finished out here, man? By the way, he did have a dope joint on the QC compilation tape. Again, he's coming out also with a tape with Lil Pump. So he got some shit coming out. But I think some people are starting to doubt whether he will have longevity, or they're doubting his career because they saw the numbers. They're also thinking, damn, what's the last big, hottest single from him? Even though I would say Peekaboo. But they're starting to doubt, okay? And when doubt starts to creep in, people are quick to immediately write you off as done. So this next album will be very important. We'll see how it comes, all right? Again, he did say Lil Boat 2 is finished. We'll see how it comes then, too. Get a comment, you guys like, definitely subscribe. It was a year and a half ago, and I was talking about Yachty. Yachty was like one of the hottest niggas in hip-hop, but now people are having doubts. You let me know what you think. It's your boy Akademiks. I'm up.